By morning, Elias Crow officially no longer existed. His badge was deactivated, his name removed from internal directories, and his personnel file locked under a classification that meant only one thing. Someone above the law had decided he was no longer protected by it. Crow learned this not from an arrest team or a knock on the door, but from silence. No alerts on his phone, no warnings, no frantic calls from former colleagues. The city had simply moved around him the way water moves around a stone, acknowledging its presence only by refusing to touch it. That was how Crow knew this was no longer about Malcolm Hale. This was about control. Crow spent the day underground, literally and figuratively. He moved through places forgotten by maps, closed parking structures, abandoned transit corridors, maintenance tunnels built during older administrations. These places had no cameras because they were never meant to exist long enough to justify them. As night settled, he finally opened the drive Jonah Rook had given him. The files inside were not documents at first. They were recordings. Audio, voices. Crow listened carefully, headphones low, breath slow. The voices were calm, educated, unhurried. Men and women accustomed to being obeyed. They were discussing outcomes, not actions. Public response will stabilize within 48 hours. The narrative is already aligned. Legal exposure remains minimal. No names, no titles, but the language was unmistakable. This was leadership. One voice, older than the others, spoke last. Crow is a variable, it said. He always has been. Crow paused the recording. They had been watching him long before he started watching them. The next file was worse. It was a list, not names. Positions: Judicial Oversight, National Security Liaison, Media Strategy Director, Defense Procurement Chair. Each title was followed by timestamps, dates, and a simple word repeated again and again. Cleared, cleared, cleared. Malcolm Hale's name appeared once near the bottom. Status, corrected. Crow leaned back against the concrete wall and closed his eyes. The council didn't punish, it corrected. Which meant every escape he had ever seen, every collapsed case, every vanished witness was not failure. It was design. Above him, the city slept. People dreamed of ordinary things, morning routines, familiar faces. They trusted systems they never saw, laws they never questioned, leaders they assumed were held accountable by something larger than themselves. Crow understood now that the system had never been broken. It had been completed. By the third night, the pressure began. Crow noticed it in small ways at first. A maintenance door that had been unlocked the night before now sealed shut. A public terminal that refused to